Recording. There we go. Thank y'all for taking time to get on here tonight. I know that this is a sacrifice of time to make to get on here and to listen. And I'm hoping that this helps you move your business forward. Before we get started, I want to talk about the promotions for March because I'm not sure if my coaches know about it. Obviously, Daily Sunshine, the spring break special, it's $99.95 versus the $130 that it normally is. The SC price for this month is the podcast with John Acuff, and I just got done listening to a book from him that is called Finish, Give Yourself the Gift of Done. If you've not listened to that, I highly encourage it because it's so good and he's so funny. I really love the authors that read with personality. It's like my absolute favorite. There is the Coach exclusive sampler pack, which is a mega good deal and actually something I think I'm going to start doing as like a giveaway in my big challenge groups because they invest so much money in those packages. It'd be nice to reward one of them for the hard work that they put in. But let's see. Summit tickets are $155. If you have not bought your Summit ticket, make it your mission this month to serve enough people to go. My first year to go, we were in Tennessee. Nashville. We were in Nashville. And there were like 9 of us staying in a hotel room because none of us had the money to go, but we were hell-bent on going. So, I mean, sleeping bags, cots, we will make it work. You have to be there, though, because it is seriously so life-changing. The people that they bring in to do the keynote speakers, the celebrity trainers that get up there and tell their stories. Celine Johnson is amazing every year. It's just a good time. And not only that, it's a good time to meet other coaches and to see that there is such diversity. So if you feel like you don't fit in your team or maybe like you want to know other people and do different things, like this is a great time to meet new people. Yes, Heather. You have a question?
Did you just say Dwayne Johnson, like The Rock?
No, Chalene Johnson.
Oh, I was like, what?
No, I wish. Yeah, no, I wish. Let's see. And then the Success Club party invite. So this used to be a lot stricter than it is, but this month and next month, your combined Success Club points, you have to hit SC5 at least, so serving at least 3 people a month or in each month with a minimum of 20. So if this month you serve 5 and the next month you serve 15, you've earned your 15 Success Club points, sorry. So this month you get 5, next month you get 15, you're still to go. You have to hit a minimum of SC5 each month, but your combined total points have to equal 20. So 10 this month, 10 next month, that's helping 5 people this month get started. Just get out there and have conversations. It's totally doable. I think that's all. Hello. I think that's all for the announcement that I have, but I'm going to go ahead and get started so that we are on track. Where is it? Okay. I made a little PowerPoint because I'm like a PowerPoint nerd. I love it. So one of the things that I have seen the most as I've started this team training for my team this week is that social anxiety is what holds so many of us back. The fear of what people think about us, the fear of what we think of ourselves, maybe that we're being imposter, that I'm not well managed enough in time management, I don't plan ahead, all of these kind of things that can easily take space in your brain and make you feel like you are not qualified to lead a team, to help people make health and fitness changes, and to impact people through social media. I'm turning off a little video of you guys so I can't see myself talk because I get really distracted. Moving forward, 40% of Americans struggle with social anxiety. And as I was looking at these statistics, 80% of Americans that struggle out of the 40% would say that they have panic attacks, they have breathing problems, they're on medication for it, they feel like it causes them to have attention deficit disorder. It's crazy to see how all of these things come together. Anything you can't control is teaching you how to let go. When I first started struggling with social anxiety, it was because I am a very type A person. I'm also married to a very type Z person who has like, let's just do whatever and run with it because, let's just let it happen. That's his motto in life. It's very hard for me because I like to be scheduled. I like to have things together. I like to know what's going on. And he's just kind of a go with the flow person. Well, as I became a stay-at-home mom and then quickly thereafter a business owner, that started to bother me to where if my days did not fall in line as such, I would freak out and like I would be in such a bad panic throughout the rest of the day, I couldn't do things. I don't know if some of you have experienced that, but that is something that I have struggled with. Since having my second daughter last April, I have had to learn the beauty of productivity over being busy. So a lot of times I'll say, oh, I've been really busy today. But when I sit down and think about it, I have not done the vital behaviors that move my business forward. And for me, it's not posting on social media. It's not personal development. I do all of those things with ease. And I do my workout with ease most of the time. It's inviting people. It's messaging people. It's getting behind the scenes. That is the thing that holds me up. Well, in the past 2 weeks, I got invited to a network marketing, test group. And it's how to do things a little bit differently. And what she's challenging us on these past couple of weeks is, if we're anxious about inviting people through social media, people that we've never met, is this the kind of business that we would present to someone in person? And for some people on this call, I know that that is true. For me at the very beginning, it was not, because I was very ashamed to say that I was a Beachbody coach and that I was a part of an MLM. But the truth of the matter is, I help people change their life. Like, speak that over yourself. It may not seem like grand or anything crazy like that, but helping people get started with a challenge pack is the ultimate solution to so many problems. Nutrition. I've struggled with nutrition forever. I've had an eating disorder for like 12 years, coming out of that finally. But working out, I had no idea what to do at the gym. I would go to the gym for hours, and I had no idea what to do. And then all of the other things that come with it, the community that comes from the groups that we run, being a part of a team and working together for something. I have always been a team player. I've always been on teams throughout middle school, high school, college, been a team captain. So leading something is something that's easy for me, because if I look at it like a team thing, like it's a team focus, it's easier versus me trying to do it by myself. So I started thinking about all of these things when I started to think about the anxiety that comes with running your own business. You're in charge of everything. Whether or not you do your work is up to you. No one else can be blamed for the things that you don't do. And so that was harder for me to kind of grasp, because it's like, well, I'm posting on social media and I'm being a product of the product, but you have to be willing to invite behind the scenes. You can be loud on social media, but there's 1,000 other people being loud on social media too. If you're one of those people that takes it behind the scenes and gets to know people, that's what makes the difference. Social anxiety makes us fear the unknown. It keeps us in a circle of right now instead of being able to focus our energy on single tasks that will move us forward. So one of the things that a couple of girls in our team training said was that they really struggle with feeling like they can manage other things. Like, instead of giving their energy to one thing and doing really well at that, they feel like they need to do so many things. Because there is, if you're at home, like, there are other things to do. There are other things vying for your time. If you're working outside of the home, you've got a real job, and then you come home and then you've got another real job. Like, it's a lot. We feel pressure to perform. And I saw this on my social media, as Facebook likes to give me those time hop, like, memory things. When I would just post random crap because I just felt like I had to post so many times a day, versus today where I post, I think 2 times, maybe 1 time on Instagram, and I've had better engagement because I took my time to think about it. I took my time to really put some thought into what I was putting out there, because I don't care about posting the most. I care about being impactful when I speak and when I write and when I talk to people and when I do live videos. It used to be so structured that, you had to post so many times a day and you had to do this and you had to do that. And that may still be true. But in order to squelch this anxiety I felt about having to get up in the morning and do my personal development so I can make my first post in the morning, and then I had to do my workout so I could post a sweaty selfie with my shake, and doing all of these things, I took a step back and I said, what is the reason why I'm here? Is it to be somebody on social media, or is it to really change people's lives? Because when someone offered me that opportunity, it wasn't about posting on social media. It was about changing myself. And it was about being a part of something that mattered. And it was about, encouraging others, even when I wasn't coaching, to not give up on themselves. And so when I start to get really anxious, I have a chalkboard in front of my desk, and it says, What do you want to be known for? Who do you want to serve? Are you comparing yourself? Are you comparing yourself to other people because you feel like you need to perform a certain way? When you post, are you posting for the masses? If I no longer existed, what would people remember me for? So these are some things that I write down regularly, and I breathe myself through them. And I'm like, okay, I'm not behind. I have an entire day. And y'all, if you don't talk to yourself, you're just not normal. Like, you need to talk to yourself, because it does help to speak out loud and say, I am not behind. This morning has not gone as planned. That is okay. We will pick up where we left off, and we will do it. And by we, I mean me and myself and the mouse that I carry in my pocket. We struggle with the thought of scheduling or slowing down for fear of missing out. You got FOMO. I finally figured out what FOMO meant. You're welcome. So time management, and I'll share this in your team pages with you guys because it's something that it's changed my life. I found this in the Beachbody Champions page, and then there's also some really good stuff in the Team Beachbody 411. But mostly the Team Beachbody Champions, they cover everything in there, and it's like rock star coaches. But learning the gift of the power pocket. So for those people like me that have kids and are doing different things, and I have another business, and I've got other things going on, power pockets are live, no joke. And I have these scheduled in my phone as alarms, and so it reminds me to do them because I need all of the reminders that I can get. Power Pocket 1, add 10 new friends. Power Pocket 2, connect with 5 new people. Power Pocket 3, social media posts. Power Pocket 4, invite 5 people to your boot camp or your business. Power Pocket 5, follow up with 3 people. Power Pocket 6, answer messages. Check in your app and transformation Facebook group, add value. Like, it makes it so simple, and it breaks it down to manageable bits, because I've given people power hour trackers before, and it just seems like it's overwhelming. But if you are a mom of small kids, I'm downstairs, I've fixed their breakfast, I've done my personal development for the morning, I've got 10 minutes, I can sit there and I can have people on Facebook or follow people on social media. And it just makes it a little bit more attainable. And what you start to do is you start to become consistent with that, and you start to feel like, oh my gosh, I really got some things done today. And before we move on, I want to say, you have to keep track of the things that you're doing. It's not simply enough to just do these things and not know who you're adding, who you're messaging, rely on Facebook or rely on Instagram messengers to carry you, because, and I was just told this recently, and this is why I'm really honing in on this. What if someone hacked your Facebook? What if someone hacked your Instagram account and locked you out? There's all of your customer database right there, and you have nothing to show for it. Hopefully, you're getting emails and you can save emails in whatever tracking system that you have. Hopefully, you're writing their names down so you can look them up later. But God forbid something like that happen. I don't want you to be caught unaware and just shell-shocked, because I have known people that have had to completely start their social media base over because they have been locked out permanently. So think about that a little bit and try to find your own groove with that. So plan ahead. Get a paper planner. So I have the Panda planner. It's empty. It's super simple. Last year I had the Brilliant Business Mom planner, which is super thick. I was not prepared for that. My entrepreneur heart could not stick within those limits. So I need something a little bit more free at this point. I do like big planners because I like to write very large, but I also have a desk planner where I write things down. I write notes on regularly, so you guys, and I like to color things so that it catches my attention. It just helps me a little bit. But what I found is that by writing things down continuously in the same place, is I will go back to them and be like, okay, like tonight, I was like, oh, well, I need to figure out, do I make a slideshow? Do I not make a slideshow? My kids took a late nap. My husband took a late nap, and actually my kids are in bed. I'm like, I got an hour. Let's make a slideshow. So get a planner, plan it out. Look at your life as it is and see where you can find time. I have 2 small children under the age of 3. Power pockets are my life. So when I get the 2.5 hours that my toddler's in preschool, you better believe I'm rocking hard. All the things that I need to do before that are done. I don't mess with housework. I don't mess with anything else. I don't schedule appointments for that time, because that's the time where I'm sitting down to either talk to my coaches, do calls, or connect with people and follow up. Anything I have to have brain power for, I try to do in the morning. Then when they nap, hopefully, praise the Lord, they nap in the afternoon from about 1 to 4. I use that pocket of time to do the other things. So scheduling things, talking to my assistant, doing a little bit of shirt work if I have shirt orders, those kind of things. But I have to block it out. Make time blocks to work. So I do have it written down, and I don't always follow this, but I do at least try to write it down every week. My schedule to where I get up at 5 because my husband goes to work in the morning, so I make his lunch, I get his stuff ready. And then from 5:30 to 6:30, I do power hour, not power hour, personal development, my quiet time. And then my daughter usually gets up at 6:45. We do breakfast, we get her ready for school. 8 o'clock, we're out the door to school. I come home, lay the baby down for her morning nap because she gets up with me the butt crack of dawn. And then from 9 to 11, I work. My phone is on do not disturb mode. It's on silent. I don't answer calls. I don't answer texts during this time. I'm not chatting on the phone. Like, this is my focus time because this is when I'm best in the morning. And then I pick her up from school. We run errands. We have lunch. We have playtime. And then it's nap time again at 1 or 1:30. And then I shut off everything at 4 o'clock because if I have house chores to do, if I have laundry to do, if I have anything else to do, getting dinner prepared, this is when I do it. It's bedtime. Okay, well then we'll finish eating. Yeah, I'm on it, Paul, baby. We'll finish eating. I'll be down there in just a second. And make time for life things. So if your kids have doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, those kind of things, block those out in your schedule. What I do with this big calendar too is I show it to my husband and I say, these are the nights that I have team calls. These are the nights that I am guest speaking on something. This is the night that I'm going to stay up a little bit later. Sunday nights, I pretty much always stay up till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, planning out things for my week so I'm not stressed out during the week. This is our calendar for the month. And this is something I do for my team. I'm trying to get more consistent at. Just makes it more fun that they can keep and they can have. It's actually the desktop background on here, so I remind myself. But I put things that are going on, like I'm going to Texas this Friday. Team call Tuesday, new coach training, when it starts, when my new challenge group starts. Those kind of things. I schedule all of these on there so that they can see them and they can know, okay, if I have a question about this, this is when I need to do that. If I want to participate in this with her, this is what I need to do. It just helps me to prepare them. And I used, let's see, PicMonkey. Hold on. I didn't upload it, but PicMonkey. I have a free membership on PicMonkey. I literally find an image of the 2018 calendar, March 2018 calendar. I save it. I open it in PicMonkey, and then all of these like fun little things are in there. And I just change the fonts up. It takes me 20 minutes maybe. And a lot of times if there's anything from corporate, I'll try to put that in there too, just so they know and they see it. But it just helps them see like what I'm doing each month so that they can be prepared. So challenge yourself. Okay, so a lot of you have asked about challenge groups and how to run free groups. As a new coach, that was like bomb.com. People don't know what you do. They don't know why you're doing it. And they don't know, like, how is it any different from any other shake or any other program? How is it different? So free groups are your jam. This is where you can bring the things that you are passionate about in a 5-day group. And you can talk about literally whatever you want to talk about. So maybe getting through anxiety is something that you can talk about. And you can make 5 days. What I do is I sit down with a piece of paper, any free group that I'm going to do, and be like, okay, 5 days. I've got 5 days to talk about this. Day 1, let's talk about, addressing your anxiety. What are your trigger points? Day 2, addressing some of the foods that make it worse. So for me, it's caffeine or it's sugar, because when my blood sugar gets high, I start getting really freaked out. Day 3, how exercise helps with stress and with anxiety. Day 4, how to implement, whatever, like things throughout your day, breathing, meditations, positive affirmation, prayers, those kind of things that help when you start to feel anxious, help you kind of calm down. And then day 5, put it into practice. These are simple things that you can do. I use Canva for all of I have a free thing on Canva, and I literally just click on something. If I want to make a social media post, like I said, it's free. And they have all of these free things. And I literally just click on something that goes with the theme that I'm wanting to do. So maybe it's pink and floral. And then you can click on it, change the font, change the colors, change the alignment, whatever, and make it your own. And then I save them to my computer and I schedule them in there. And I write out some posts about how, this has affected me, and this is how I work through it. And I have seen that a lot of people struggle with doing live videos. It makes you anxious. Live videos are life-giving because other people relate to you so much better when they see, hey, I'm not alone in the fact that I really do struggle with this. People see me stutter all the dang time on my live videos. I didn't realize my stuttering problem was as bad as it was, but when I get on live videos and I'm passionate about something, you can see that. And that's the best part. People have to infer your tone when you just simply put a post out. But when you put a live video out there and they have the opportunity to interact with you live, it's like the best ever. Because they're like, oh my gosh, me too, or whatever. Like last night I did one at 11 o'clock because I did not want to do my workout. And I was like, true confession, health and fitness coach here, not wanting to work out. Shocker, like it was just real life. So this free groups open the opportunity for a genuine connection because these people aren't coming to you. They're not buying anything from you. You're not feeling like you have to sell with them. It's literally an opportunity to connect with them back and forth. And for you to share something that you're really passionate about. Teaching others gives you the opportunity to overcome. Teaching is not something I thought I would be passionate about. But as I have struggled with certain things like my nutrition and eating disorder, growing a business from home with kids, teaching others is what gives me life. It brings me so much joy, and it really does help me to practice the things that I preach because I know I have a substantial amount of people wanting to see what I'm doing. They're curious, they're not asking questions, but they're curious and they're watching. And so that's what keeps me going. So this is something that's really big for me. Keep record of the things that you're doing right. So maybe today was crazy for you and you got your workout done and you got your personal development done, you drank the shake, and you posted on social media and you sent out 2 messages and you talked to your mom's friend from college about Shakeology. Write those things down. Because even if you did not get a complete power hour done, you did things right. You're moving in the right direction, and that is huge to keep track of. Every day that I get my power hour done or I move my business forward by helping someone with the challenge pack, I give myself a check mark for the day. Every time I do a live video and impact somebody and they tell me about that, even if they don't, if I did a live video today, that was a moving step forward past my anxiety. Check. Every time I share something that's hard, maybe it's about something that I've struggled with in my marriage, financial struggles, depression, any of those things that kind of make my gut hurt when I share them, check mark, because those are the kind of things that make me relatable. Those are the kind of things that bring people to me, maybe not in regards to health and fitness, but it opens the door for the conversation. Each time you stick to your schedule. So you formed a loose schedule, and today you stuck to it. High five yourself because that's freaking hard to do, especially when you have the opportunity to choose. And sometimes it's not always that you want to choose. It takes as much time and energy to wish as it does to plan. My teachers used to say in school, if you would spend as much energy studying as you did trying to cheat, you would pass your exam. And it's like, well, that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. Okay, does anybody have any questions before I get ahead of myself? Anybody got any questions? We still good? All right, great. My tips for organization, brain dump each morning. So I'm one of those people, I wake up anxious and I'm like, Lord Jesus, I just started my day. Why am I feeling like this? I wake up feeling like I need to do all of the things. I do what's called a brain dump. So for me, I have my coffee. I sit down I have a prayer journal and just general journal that I write all the things in, and I write everything that is on my mind. I'll turn on a song in my headphones, and I literally just write anything that's come into my mind that I feel stressed about, that I feel anxious about, that I want to remember. I just write it down. And then I move into my quiet time, and my personal development. And from there, I'll look back at the things that I was stressed about this morning, and I'll make a list of my priorities in my day. Is this something that I need to prioritize because it's important to my family life, my faith, or my business? If so, I need to prioritize it based on its level of importance in my life. And as I do that, then I think, okay, if this is what the end goal is with this priority, what do I need to do to make this happen? And so I'll start breaking it down and saying, okay, if I have to go grocery shopping today because we're out of groceries, where can I fit this in my schedule for the day? So I have my important work time in the morning. Maybe after I grab Reese from school, I can have my list ready. We can go to the grocery store. It just helps me feel like I'm more in control of my day. Even if it doesn't happen, I've made a plan for it. Sunday evenings, make a schedule, excuse me, for your week ahead. Use the Google. I'm going to talk more about this next week in creating systems. Google has saved my life. I save everything to Google Drive, Google Keep. I use Google Forms. I use Google, my assistant uses Google Spreadsheets. Let me correct that. I don't use spreadsheets. I freaking hate them. But they help me be more organized. And I will show you what my Google Drive looks like. Gotta move this little bar down here. So this is my Google Drive. Can y'all see that? Everybody see that? Okay, this is my Google Drive, and I organize it. Recipes. So all the recipes that I share with my challengers, you can find them in here. I've got Shakeology recipes, high fat, low carb, 21-day fix recipes. I've got prep week. So when I write out posts, because I pre-write everything, or I copy and paste posts from the Beachbody challenge group tools, I'll click on whatever kind of group I'm running, copy and paste. If I'm running a combined group, I'll literally pull things from those different groups. Pictures. So this is where all of my challenge group, my challengers result pictures are in here. This is this month. But coaching, I've got all of my stuff in here. I've got transformation pictures, trackers, new coach training, glimpse into coaching, different forms, email series. I've taken just a little bit of time to write these things out, and then I've been given stuff from other people. And remind yourself, I've been a coach for 3 years, so I've had a little bit of time to do this. My LLC business, the high fat, low carb test group that I was a part of, my business tracker that my assistant uses, all of the things. My Teamsy. So this is just another form of tracking that helps me. Today, I've completed 81% of my task. I still have 144 follow-ups. So just like keep perspective. Everybody does it a little bit differently. These are just some things that have helped me. Oh, Google Forms. So let me show you why this will change your life real quick. Super simple. You write a little intro. You click over here, add a question. You add a question. You can change what it is. Short answer, paragraph, checkbox, drop down. It's like the best thing ever. And then when they finish and they hit that submit button at the very end, all of the responses, email addresses, and answers all go into one nice, neat little place, and you can look at it. It has changed my life. And these people that don't sign up gives you an opportunity to follow up with them. Say, hey, girl. But like I said, I'll talk more about that next week. And I will share these with all of you guys to where you can literally copy and paste. This new welcome email, I copy and pasted from Ashley Smith, who is the number 10 top 10 coach. Like, literally, she shared it with us in a call one night, copy and pasted. Changed a couple of things around, and it was done. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, alarms on your phone. So you use this for eating a lot of times if you're doing time nutrition or you need to be reminded to, what is happening? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Linktree. This is where you can add all of your links. Talk about that later. Alarms on your phone. Make your office and workspace sacred. Because this is where you function. This is where you thrive. Try to keep it clean. Try to keep it organized in a way that helps you function and run smoothly. That way, when you sit down to work, you're like, all right, let's do this. You're not going, oh my God, there's so much stuff everywhere, which is what I'm doing right now because there's crap all over the floor in here. 88% of people who participated in a direct sales or network marketing company in 2017 made $200 or less for the entire year. Hold on. I don't know what I just did. Like, let that sink in and blow your mind for a second. Oh, yay. 97% of these people said that it was because they lacked consistency, organization, and systems. All the things I'm talking about right now. Consistency is not a superpower. It is a habit that you form and you're just diligent with it. Every single day you say, I may not get it all done today, but this is what I've got set up to do. These are my priorities. I'm going to make it work. And you congratulate yourself on the things that you did right. Organization takes time, and you have to find what works for you. Teamsy is amazing for me because it sends me reminders that, hey, girl, you need to talk to her today. Hey, girl, you need to follow up with her today. It's fabulous. It also allows me to put my goals in, so it tells me every day what I need to be doing in order to attain that goal. And it helps me be consistent because it gives me a checkbox. I like to check things off. Systems, using Google Drive. If you haven't, just play around with it a little bit. If you find yourself writing things and you're like, oh my gosh, that was really good. Like, that was really fantastic. Save it in there. Copy and paste it into a Word document in Google Drive and save it. Because there's going to be a day when you lack energy, when you lack the give a damn, and when you lack a lot of other things like sanity. And you're like, I just need something. Find a new graphic, slap the words on there, and be done with it. I do it all the time. Blog posts, 90% of them come from things I wrote 2 years ago. I just put a fun graphic with it and add on to it a little bit. They're just habits formed over time. The future is made up of nows. So a lot of us are overwhelmed by life. We are overwhelmed by all the things that we have to do. We are overwhelmed because we feel like we don't have enough of what it takes to be successful. But any successful coach in this business will tell you that it takes diligence, it takes consistency, and it takes showing up when you don't feel like it. There are a lot of days when I'd rather do anything than talk to people. On those days, I follow up with the current people that I've been talking to, and I build my confidence a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? Somebody is getting something from what I'm sharing. It's not that I'm like super awesome, but something is landing with someone and it's making a difference, and that's what matters. You have to look at the things that you are doing right instead of constantly saying, oh gosh, I missed this marker. Oh my gosh, I missed this ranker. Oh my gosh, no one participated in my challenge group. That takes time. It takes energy. It takes adding other coaches in there and saying, hey, can you boost some posts in here? Can you get people moving? It takes commenting on each other's posts and engaging with each other, even though we all know we're coaches, just saying, hey, like, you're doing a great job. I want to join your challenge group. Being supportive of each other as we go. Like, it takes teamwork. It takes, what do they say? It takes a village to raise children. It takes a village to grow a team. It's not one person doing any one thing. I run a team, but it's not me. I don't get successful on my own. It's when I help my coaches find what they're good at and really embrace that and empower them to do those things. That's how you grow. That's how you become a team leader. You find your people and you support them. And in return, they do the same thing. And if they don't, they're not your people. Bless and release those people. There's something else I was going to say. I don't remember. Okay, so I'm going to open it up for questions. Do y'all have questions? No? My girls, yes, Heather.
Said on Sunday evenings you schedule out your week. Do you mean you schedule out your posts or your like challenge groups and stuff?
On Sunday evening, well, most of the time it's Sunday morning, just depends on how my day goes. If I get up early in the morning and I do my planning time before my girls get up, then it happens in the morning. But I look at what's happening in my week. So the calendar I showed you, like next week, I think is a glimpse into coaching. So I'm going to think about how I can breadcrumb that in my Instagram stories. I save screenshots all the time of like conversations with people who are now coaches, that kind of stuff. Go ahead, white them out. Like I get everything prepared, and I think about, okay, what do I need to talk about today? What kind of things can I share about my life as a mom and a stay-at-home mom that's going to breadcrumb into coaching and sharing that opportunity. And then finally just, giving invite publicly and saying, hey, you've been following me all week. I just wanted to invite you and say thank you first and foremost for the support and encouragement on my post. I'm going to be doing a sneak peek into coaching. Would you be interested in joining me? Just making sure that what I'm doing during the week has purpose. And I do write a lot of things out for my challenge groups and go ahead and schedule them on Sunday. That way, my main focus throughout the week is just popping in live, shooting out some encouragement, loving on people, those kind of things. Makes it less stressful, and less stress is best. Anybody else? We good? All right.
Actually,
Yes.
I wanted to ask, since you and Chelsea are both on here, I was gonna do what is coaching thing on, I think I'm gonna do it on Friday. And I was thinking about doing it as just live videos just on my page instead of in an event, and then just saving them in an event so that I can refer back to it. And I wanted to see what you guys thought about that idea.
That's a good idea. I mean, any exposure that you can build live brings more people to your page. Live videos are a hit. So talking about it, have a game plan, like write out like what you want to talk about beforehand, maybe do some talking points. Because I'm one of those people that gets kind of nervous when I start seeing people pop up and like sweating. So another tip is to like cover your screen. Cover your screen if people popping up makes you nervous, like cover your screen with something. I do a sticky note most of the time, but it's good. It's good exposure. It gets you out there, and it real life talk about it, because you do the same thing on Insta stories or Facebook stories. If you're using that, it's just in 15-second clips. And you can do it that way too. So go for it, girl.
Thanks.
Erica, do you have a question? Hold on, let me unmute you.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
For your Google Forms, when people complete those, do you get a notification, or do you have to check
No.
every so often?
I just tell them at the bottom of it, it says when you complete this, either send me a text or shoot me a message on Facebook, or however I send it to them. So send me a message through Facebook, Instagram, or email, and let me know that I got it. Most of the time I just ask them to text me because it's like immediate. But I asked them to notify me of it because I've had somebody like filled it out. She's like, why haven't you gotten back to me? I was like, I didn't know you filled it out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But just give them directions on what to do, and most of the time they'll do it.
Okay, cool.
But it's super, super easy. Like, takes not very long at all to put one together. I have an About Me form for new coaches. I have my new coach welcome email that has like what you need to know as a new coach, the checklist of things you need to do when you first get started. My Challenger application, just so I can get to know them, understand what they struggle with, and how to help them. It just helps me not have to ask so many questions and just be like, okay, so this is what you told me. This is based on what you said. This is what I think would be best for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Good. Anybody else? No, we're good. All right. Well, I will upload this to YouTube, and I will download it, as well as some of the other things that I shared on here, like the Power Pockets graphic, my March calendar, for those of you that would love to have it. And just keep it for yourself. If you use it, great. If you don't, that's okay too. It's just there for you guys as a resource. But thank y'all so much for taking time to get on here. I hope y'all have a great night, and make tomorrow morning great. Start thinking about planning now and implement it. Bye, guys.